This runs everything. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 121 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. And today we are switching gears and talking about, I'm going to turn this just a bit if I can, a new area of the 9-part life framework that I talk about and have been talking about since forever with my consulting and coaching clients, but especially as I show up on live, wherever you happen to be watching me today. We've talked about several of these areas already. It's the 5th month of the year, so we've already covered 4. We just wrapped up communication, and we're switching gears and going to look at mental health and well-being. Now, this is a biggie because, and I know it's a little bit of a bold claim, but this actually runs everything. Our thoughts run everything in our life. And if we don't manage and take ownership of and control what we're thinking about, what we're focusing on and paying attention to, because focus and clarity come from thinking about things that are aligned with who we really are, that match up to who we really are. So today we're going to start off, like I like to start every new life framework area off, defining what mental health and well-being means and looks like to you. It doesn't matter what I define mental health and well-being as, if you don't resonate with that, if that doesn't make sense to you, if that doesn't fit with your picture in your mind of what you want your mental health and well-being to be like. And we'll talk about different strategies and quick ways to change what you're thinking about, to make sure that you're focusing on and thinking about the things that are moving you toward what it is that you want in your life. Because the truth is, we're thinking all the time. Usually we think in questions, which I find absolutely fascinating. I remember learning this from Tony Robbins. I think he got it from NLP and his training in that area. I could be wrong about that, but it doesn't matter, right? It's still the truth. If you ask yourself, am I thinking all the time? You just thought, if you don't even open your mouth, because our brain is always on. Even when we're sleeping, our brain is on. Our thinking is working, because you know what? If our brain went off, we would stop breathing and we would cease to exist. Been there, done that. Do not want to do it again anytime soon. So what are we going to do today? I'm going to talk about a couple things with respect to our thoughts and mental health and well-being. I'm going to challenge you to write out your definition of well-being and mental health and well-being, specifically thoughts, focus, clarity, direction, beliefs all fall into this category. That's why it's so huge, because our thoughts lead to our beliefs, and we'll talk about that in depth for a whole day and a whole lesson. We'll work on that, some exercises around that. We'll apply our super framework at the end of the month. I will remember to do it all 5 days in a row and not skip a day this upcoming month. But rate yourself on things, and we're going to probably have a whole day where we just rate our thinking after we define it. But I want you to define it today but start thinking about, well, how focused am I? How often do my thoughts wander? How often do I go down rabbit holes and trails that have nothing to do with the task at hand, but I want to procrastinate, so I think about something different? How often do I numb myself with streaming television or something? How often do I go for a walk and actually tune in to my own thoughts? I used to walk every day in a state park by my house for I think 6-7 years in a row. I would go there every single day and I would walk around. And for the first couple years, I was listening to books on tape, and I was listening to things, or I was on calls with my headphones on. And one day I realized I am missing the whole beautiful park experience. The whole reason that I wanted to go for a walk in the first place was to turn inward and figure out and get to know myself better. And lo and behold, for 2 years, I did nothing but listen to other people's inputs, right? And if all we're listening to is things outside of us, guess what? The wisdom inside of us doesn't have a chance to shine through. So we're going to talk about that this month as well. So think about today. Number 1, what's your definition? Share in the comments below. But number 2, how does the way you think impact your business, your organization? It's interesting when you start thinking about things that way, doesn't it? I will contend, and I have several times already this year, that the people that are in business with us or that work for us and help us to build and grow and supersize our business follow our example. They do not do what we say to do if we're not doing it too. It's why modeling is so powerful. Demonstrate the behavior that you want to see in other people. And don't hold people accountable to a standard that you yourself are not living up to. Why? It's hypocritical, and it's really a lie. It's saying, you work for me, therefore you need to do this, but I don't have to do that because I'm me. Wow. What does that say about us? So keep in mind that people are always watching what we're doing and having their own thoughts and opinions about it and judgments about it. Again, more topics along the line of thinking and mental health and well-being. All right. I was going to give some examples, but I'm not going to. I think we're all smart enough. If we're smart enough to tune in to social media or wherever you're watching me, we're smart enough to come up with our own definition of mental health and well-being. I'm going to do mine. I do it every year. I've talked about this topic and all the different life framework topics for at least a decade now. So I guess I added confidence and communication during the pandemic, but prior to that, I still talked about the 7 different areas that I'd learned from Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn like decades and decades ago. So lots of experience with the different models and different applications in real life and real businesses. I think that's my competitive advantage is I don't just share the theory. I've learned it by applying it in different business settings and learned what really works and what really doesn't work. I would like to say, if you are interested in going deeper or having more information about how to grow and build and scale and supersize your business, join us in the free school community. I'll put the link in the comments below, or you can comment Supersize and I will send you a direct link invitation. All right, that's all I've got today. Go out, make it an amazing day. Think about your thinking, and we're going to do that all this month. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.